Hi folks, Matt from GalaxyS5Root.com. Today I'm going to show you how to install a new custom ROM for those of you new to custom ROMing and rooting. Let me go ahead and walk you through. I've got my T-Mobile Galaxy S5 and I'm going to be using Phil's CWM recovery, clockwork model recovery, but it's nearly identical for TWRP recovery. So let me go ahead and show you how to do this. First, you'll need to download the ROM file. For most ROM files, I highly recommend you download it on your computer and then copy it over to anywhere on your phone. You can also download it straight to your phone. Just make sure you have good internet connection. These files, these ROM files are large, and sometimes if you don't have a very good connection, it might stop in the middle. And if that keeps happening to you, just download on your desktop first and then copy it over. So let me go ahead and show you. I'm going to be showing you an X-Note ROM, S5 ROM. This is actually an international ROM that I'll be installing on T-Mobile Galaxy S5. They are compatible. If you want to know compatibility issues with the ROMs and stuff, just check out my site GalaxyS5Root.com. We feature custom ROMs every week, and basically I tell you what phones you can install it on. If you have any questions, you can always tweet me, Google Plus me. I don't really use Hangouts that much, or find me on Facebook. Tweeting is probably the easiest way because I get tweets from everyone and I respond to everybody. So let's go ahead and do this. I've downloaded the ROM. With some ROMs like AOSP ROMs, if you don't know what AOSP is, go Google what is AOSP high on Android. Some ROMs come with G apps or Google apps you need to install also, so make sure you download that also. So you might have two files for AOSP ROMs, but I just have one file for X-Note ROM. This ROM comes with Google Apps, so I don't need to install it separately. The next thing you want to do, I'm going to show you the manual method because I find it, if something goes wrong, you're in a boot loop, this is the best way to recover your phone or install a new ROM on top of it. So I'm going to go ahead and power off my phone, and there are apps. There's some apps you can use like ROM Manager, which you can play around with. I'll have a video about it later, but for now I'm going to show you the manual method. Once you're powered off, go ahead and boot into your clockwork model recovery or TWRP recovery just by holding down volume up, center home, and the power button. Always the same stuff. Until you see recovery booting at the top, let it boot into your recovery. Now if you see this, you don't have a rooted Galaxy S5. What happened was I just unrooted my phone and I forgot to reroute it and reinstall clockwork model recovery. Let me do that real quick and I'll be back. There we go. I actually didn't root it. I just installed, you just need to install clockwork model recovery or TWRP recovery. It took me like 5 seconds. So, if you want to install custom ROMs, you do have to have TWRP or clockwork model recovery like this one or TWRP recovery. If you don't have it, go follow my root method at GalaxyS5Root.com. and go ahead and root your phone first. That will also show you how to install clockwork model recovery or TWRP recovery. Once here, you can go ahead and if you're installing a TouchWiz based ROM, most likely you don't need to do a wipe data factory reset. But this will erase everything on your phone except for your personal files, photos, videos. So it's going to erase your settings, apps, and app data. This is the recommended method to do that on every custom ROM. But some ROMs you can get by without doing it. It's up to you. Also, before you install a new ROM, make a backup ROM. If you don't know how to make a backup ROM, I have it also at my site. Check the root FAQ at GalaxyS5Root.com. Make a backup ROM. If something goes wrong, you don't have to blame me. You can just go back into clockwork model recovery, restore your previous ROM, and your phone's working. Some people actually do that. They don't make a backup ROM. They mess up their phone. They're in a boot loop, and then they blame me. Let's not play the blame game. So let's go ahead and do this. Make a backup ROM first. So once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and wipe data factory reset here. Again, you don't have to. That's up to you. What you can do, if you want to find out, you can make a backup ROM and then just install the ROM on top of whatever you have. And if it boots, everything's working, you're good. But if it's giving you trouble, you can reboot into clockwork model recovery after installing the ROM and then do a wipe data factory reset, and that will reset everything. So you don't have to reinstall the ROM after that. I don't know if you got it, but for those of you new following this, just do this. Wipe data factory reset, all right, and just wipe it. and choose Wipe Data Factory Reset. For Phil's recovery, there's two options, but I just do the first option. It's pretty much the same thing. And this will format your data cache directories. And once that's done, hit the home button and go ahead and install the ROM by going to install zip. For TWRP, the menus will look similar. Just use your common sense. It's going to be the install menu. And then you will have the ability to install from SD card or from your micro SD card. The SD card here is actually your internal storage. So you should have two options if you have a micro SD card inserted. But I have it in my internal storage, so I'm going to go ahead and choose zip from SD card. And I put it in my download folder, the zip file. I'm going to find my Xnotes zip file, hit the button there, and it's going to ask me if I really want to install it. Of course I do. And this will install the ROM. Depending on the ROM, it might have an aroma installer or not, which is the graphical installer here. Some ROMs will just install most ROMs. Now this one has an aroma installer, so I'm just going to go through these menus, and this one gives me the ability to choose different apps, blah blah blah, and I'm going to choose my my selections here, so I can install different audio stuff here and boost it, Xnote audio levels. You can install different kernels if you want to. So Aroma Graphical Installer is great. ROM developers use it, so the user has the ability to add a feature or not. Or some ROMs don't have this, but this one did, so I'm going to go ahead and install it. And this should take another 5 to 10 minutes, so I will be back when this is done. Hi folks, so it is almost done, and it is done. All right. And there we go. I'm going to hit next here. I'm going to not reboot the device because I want to show you what it looks like here. If you didn't have an aroma installer, it's just going to look like this after installing. And then you can hit go back. Go back. Go back and choose reboot system now. And hopefully you have the ROM boots. All right. Now, if your ROM doesn't boot for some reason, sometimes the system directory gets corrupt. What you can do is, for Clock My Recovery, such as this one, go ahead and reboot into Clock My Recovery. If you go to Mountain Storage menu, there's a menu called Format/System. Do that, and then reinstall the ROM, and then boot. And usually that will fix 99% of boot loop problems. And also, if you're using TWRP, I believe it's in Advanced, and it should be Wipe/System or Format/System. You can do that and then reinstall the ROM. That's one thing a lot of people don't know. But the system directory isn't erased when you install a new ROM, so sometimes it can get corrupt. It happens to me like every 5 to 10 ROM installs on the same phone. So it doesn't happen often, but if it does, like I told you, you can do that. And to give it a second here, if it boots, then congratulations, you've installed your first custom ROM ever. And you can go on your way. And what you can do is you can actually make a backup ROM of this new ROM if you want to go back to your older ROM. And then make a backup ROM of this, restore your old ROM. Then you can kind of switch between different custom ROMs. There is also mods out there. There should be mods where you can dual boot or triple boot a bunch of different ROMs. I don't actually recommend it that much, but it should be out there soon. There we go. So I've got it booted, and I've got this new ROM running on my phone. So there you have it. If you have any trouble, yeah, you can contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/ZEDOMAX. Anyway, thanks guys for watching this video. I hope you learned how to install a new custom ROM on your Galaxy S5. And as always, if you have a Galaxy S5, don't forget to subscribe to my email list at galaxys5root.com. We update you once a week with ROM of the Week, and also a great way to get in touch with me. Yeah, I also have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/galaxys5root, where we only upload videos about the Galaxy S5. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Also, check out this case by Cruiser Light. These things are awesome. These things save you when you drop your phone. It's going to save your screen. I have a video. Go Google Nexus 5 drop test ZedoMax. Then you'll find my drop test videos. It's the same case, and you know, it can save your case. You know, and I don't know why people don't spend $10 to get this case, and it's going to protect your $600-700 investment. Definitely do so. Anyway, stay high on Android, and I'll see you guys soon.